You're listening to Kizuki, the podcast. I'm Mae Yoshikawa, and I define the Japanese concept of Kizuki as the following. Kizuki. 1. A moment of epiphany, an aha of realization or insight which opens the knower to a new dimension of truth that was formerly unknown. 2. Steps in an incremental growth of awareness, resulting in a movement from ignorance to greater awareness of the bigger picture. A kind of knowing that cannot be undone, that cannot be unrealized. As a longtime yoga and meditation practitioner, a world traveler, and curious self-explorer, I'm obsessed with Kizukis. Listen on each week for inspiring and enlightening stories that may just tip you over for your next aha. On this week's episode, Known by You. Recently, I made 3 reels on my personal Instagram account, which was done in a series. It was part of this hashtag Get to Know Me challenge run by Instagram. And I took the challenge like it was a good opportunity for me to do something a little bit different on my account, where I normally like to share Kizukis, insights and ahas and eye-opening ideas and thought-provoking ideas that I personally learn on my path of meditation, mindfulness, and yoga. But in this case, as a part of this Get to Know Me challenge, I had an opportunity to, just kind of highlight myself and who I am, and even feature certain aspects of myself that I hadn't really shared before. And as I got to thinking, how do I go about creating these 3 reels as a series? And it stirred my creativity in such a wonderful way. And I decided to start the reels all with the same line that goes like this. I like to say that I look Japanese, I speak American English, but I found my heart in South India. Which is so me, right? I'm such a mix through and through. And God, for the first couple of decades of my life, it tortured me. I felt like I didn't belong anywhere, and I didn't know how to find that sense of landing with a tribe, with a people, with that sense of belonging. But of course, and I guess this really relates to my practice of yoga and meditation too, as I connected to myself exactly as I am, in a deeper way, on a deeper level, and came to greater self-acceptance of myself and appreciation of myself, then of course it doesn't matter physically and, genetically what tribe or race I belong to. It just matters that I know who I am, or that I am getting to know myself as I am a product of daily evolution and connecting with myself. So I thought I would create these 3 reels highlighting the Japanese side of me, which is it's Japanese. It's very culturally speaking. The Japanese side of me is slightly more reserved, relatively. And I like to be organized, very clean, not messy, very tidy, and definitely reading between the lines. I mean, it's high context communication. So it's not like in Japanese culture, we don't always have things spelled out for us. So we're very accustomed to empathically gathering what the other person is trying to say or how they might feel, to incorporate that into a harmonious communion within human relationships. Anyway, so there's that side of me. And then there's the quarter American side, which I sometimes just, for short, call it the quarter American bitch, which I think is funny. But it's just the kind of edgier, wittier, more open, definitely straightforward, get to the point kind of clarity within myself. Maybe could be perceived as sharper edged, or possibly a more masculine expression, possibly. Then the third aspect, my Indian side, which is the least visible side. But I really did find my heart in South India in a deeply spiritual way. It allowed me to close my eyes to race, culture, differences in language and expression, and to just feel within a silence of being. And in that realm, there is no race. There is no differentiation. All is one. And India was just simply my gateway to touch base with that aspect of myself. Anyway, so they're short reels, and I invite you to take a peek at my Instagram account if you haven't seen it yet. But what I wanted to share with you was my little, just a happy, Kizuki that came as a result of my bestie visiting every reel and every post on my Instagram, comments on every single one of my reels, and she says, "Oh, I love this about you. I love this side of you. Oh, I really like this side of you too." And I just thought it was so sweet that she would bother to comment on every aspect of me just to let me know that she sees me and knows, if anything, she knows me better than anyone, and that she gets me and that she loves me for it, right? And as you can imagine, that totally melted my heart in deep appreciation. And at the same time, it made me think how wonderful, how blessed I am to be known by you. And that was my little aha moment, my Kizuki moment, because I think as human beings, longing for love, longing to be seen, longing to be heard, all we ever want in life is to be known, truly known by someone. The catch to that, of course, is that many of us don't spend the time or attention to truly get to know ourselves. And if you don't know yourself, how do you express yourself to others? And if you don't express yourself, then how can you expect to be understood? And so this obviously isn't a theoretical curriculum. There's no end point. You have to keep touching base and connecting with yourself and keep learning to express yourself in a way that's truer and truer to the now of who you are. Hence the importance of aligning your thinking with your speech and your doing, your actions. That to me is the essence, is the core of yoga, is that integration of who you are, which incorporates the totality of the thoughts and feelings that make up your mind, speech as a primary form of the way that we express ourselves, and action, because that physicality of action is really what makes us human. It's what makes human life human life. It's not that we're living it in our minds. It's that we're taking action in the world and that we have the power to do so. So this week, my invitation and nudge to you is to ask yourself, am I really expressing myself and opening myself to others in a way that allows them to know me? Because, should you choose to open up in that way, I'm quite sure that there are people around you that would find you wonderful and that would endearingly love getting to know you too. Thank you for listening. Learn more about me in my upcoming book, Kizuki, Realizations Beyond Time and Death, at my website, maey.live, or find me on Instagram at maeyoshiKawa.